Okay, maybe I can start showing you some photos from the time I was gone. Here. This is the day before the snowstorm. So Nick parked his GTR, which he still has, outside in the front. And the battery died because apparently it was super cold. So he couldn't bring it back into the driveway for the storm. Because like if he left it out, in the streets, there were some cars that were in the middle of the road because the road was so icy that the cars just slipped down. So he tried to charge the battery, but it wouldn't charge. So, and I was helping him by being next to him, okay? I was like, yes, go pee in this whole time. So he called in reinforcements. He called Arthur and Bruce to help him out restart the car. Arthur with his truck jump started it. So it was the three of them. I have photos as well, but I'm not showing it because it shows the rest of the neighborhood. See? I'm learning. And I didn't even have to ask. I already knew. So I was just there. I was standing all the way here because everyone was so scared when Arthur put the clamps on the positive negative stuff because everyone thought it was gonna explode or something. And I was recording just in case it did explode. It didn't. And it worked. Oh yeah, no wait, before that, before jump starting the car, he called Bruce and Arthur because they wanted to push the car back up, you know, and this is like downhill. So I was sitting in the driver's seat pressing on the brake, and then I had to like release the brake for them to push it up. Loki, I could have killed them all out of game, but I didn't. I slowly released the brake for them to push it, but then 1 second after they were like, no, we can't, like press the brake because it was way too heavy. Instead of that, they jump started the car, and Arthur drove it around for a while, and we were able to put it back in. So yay. But that's the start of the storm. And then what's next? Oh, yeah, this is me helping. We were playing a lot of Mario Party, me and Nick, when we were stuck during the storm. So this was, he doesn't know that I filmed him doing this. So he tried that. I think this was, I don't know the chronological order of this because we played a lot of Mario Party, but it was Nick's birthday and he fell asleep. I was trying to like keep him awake until midnight, but he just couldn't because his bedtime is like 9 p.m. So he fell asleep. In the Philippines, we have something called salubong. And when you make salubong to someone, it means that midnight of their birthday, you surprise them with cake and you sing to them, right? That's what I did for his birthday. At midnight, I had a cake, I had balloons, I had candles, and I sang to him and surprised him on his birthday. So there. Yeah, that was his birthday surprise. And then all the lights were off in his room. And when I opened the door and started saying, I was like, happy birthday. And it was just like my face with the lights under. So the first thing he said was, oh my God, that's terrifying. And then he was like, oh, thank you, you know, of course. And then he blew the candles and went straight back to sleep. This was outside, but he didn't see it until the next morning. I was able to do this. This was during the storm, so I ordered everything before the storm started. Then I hid it in the closet upstairs. Type 1 if you're hiding in the closet. This was a little bit of the storm, like it was ice. Like it wasn't even snow, it was freaking ice. So this is Buddy trying to poop. And yeah, it was slippery AF. Okay, more on that later. As I said earlier, the only food we really had were like pancakes and bacon. And I know it's not healthy, but it was Nick's birthday and his birthday weekend. So I cooked it for him. And okay, this was the end result. You might think this is burnt, but it was yummy, okay? And I asked Nick while I was cooking it, how do you like it? And he said he likes it semi-burnt. That's why it looks like that. Also, I edited the colors to make it brighter. So it's good. It was good. Okay, fuck you. And then these tulips are not real. They're from my picnic stream. Maybe I spoiled what I was planning to do on Sunday. I didn't realize it was Super Bowl Sunday, but I was planning on going to the farmer's market and getting, this is a stream suggestion on my Discord. I do read it, bitch. So I was planning to go to the farmer's market and buy a bunch of ingredients and no recipe and try to make a dish out of it. So I put water there to make it look real, and it fooled Nick's parents and it fooled my mom. So I'm happy. Next. So this is Nick typing in LSD. Yeah. And then meanwhile in New York, this was my mom. It was so pretty, and she was having like the time of her life in the snow. I was so jealous. She was like in Central Park. She's so cute. She had such a fun time. Oh, this is another video of us playing Mario Party. And it's
all— You just gave him a star! You gave him a star, man! For nothing! Who cares? I had the most coins! I had the most wins! I had everything! Why are you recording me? Fuck this game!
For men. Sweet. Wait, was it
I wasn't last.
Okay, the whole reason for this as well is because one time we played, it was Nick versus Donkey Kong. You had the option to gamble your coins. So Nick gambled all his coins, and he had the most coins, by the way. He was leading. And he lost them all to Donkey Kong, so Donkey Kong freaking won. And then so in the next game, I did the same, and then that's why Donkey Kong won. And at the very end of Mario Party, they award random-ass stars to whoever they want. I think during this game, they awarded Donkey Kong because he was like losing the most. Like, what the fuck? I cooked this again the next morning. Looked a bit better. I intentionally... See, this is how Nick likes it. He likes it burnt. But then I like it not so burnt. So I put it at the bottom so people don't make fun of me. And then this is Nick's headphone hair because he's playing a lot of high guard now. It was time for my mom to rejoin me in Austin. And so the Escalade was gone. It was picked up by, I don't know if I could say who, but someone. So I booked an Uber. And every time Nick books an Uber, he gets like the most expensive, like premier one. But I just get the cheapest, right? So I got the cheapest. And so here comes this car that is so beaten up that there was no right side mirror. This is like the worst Uber I've ever been in. And Nick is so picky. So like he was this is a candid photo. This was his face the whole time. He was also like burping a lot and coughing. Sorry if I'm exposing him a little bit. Yeah, it was not a fun experience, and he had like no space here. So I'm sorry, Nick. And then we arrived and we picked up my mom, and she rented a car. So Nick drove us and we went to my mom's hotel. So that's a little bit why I haven't been like streaming a lot, because yes, I was spending time with my mom and I didn't want to like dox where she stayed, especially with what happened at New York. I didn't want to like give any clues as to where anyone was or anything. This was like a birthday surprise at the hotel. And then we ate at a lot of super nice restaurants. So this is Ludi's. Nick and I were here one time before, so this is the second time. Super pretty restaurant. And then I got cake for him. I don't know why he made this face. Every time I take a photo of him, he does like the worst face imaginable. So this was his face with his little ice cream cake. Yeah, it was like a tarsier. No, that's not snot. That's like a lens flare. I don't know why it appeared. And then this is like a little bit of the food. This was Nick's, like steak. I think I got... Oh yeah, we shared a bunch of it. So this is like chickpea or whatever. Super healthy. And then the next morning, that's me. I posted it on Twitter. I said, eat your vegetables. And then I realized from the replies that potatoes are vegetables, so fries are vegetables. We're very healthy. So I spent the day with my mom. I don't really remember what we did. We were just, I think, shopping or just going around. And then that night, my mom wasn't really feeling the best. So I had booked dinner at Uchiko. Since my mom couldn't go, the reservation was for 3. And Arthur was there and Julia was still alive. So we invited Arthur to join us. And so this is me. I love my outfit. Yeah, so Arthur took this photo and then it was yummy. Super yummy, but very overpriced. Like, holy fuck. And not, like, I was still hungry after. But worth it because I've always been wanting to try Uchiko. And then when we went back, I thought like the storm was over, like life was back to normal. And it was very dark. And there's a video of this outside, but I probably can't show it because it's showing like the neighborhood. But because there are cameras here 24/7, FYI, and we have 3 guns. Or more. I think we have more. Anyway, so there was like ice on the driveway that I couldn't see. So I stepped on it and I slipped and then I fell on my hand and butt. Okay, at least it wasn't like my head. So I had a bruise on my left butt and on my hand. I had a mark. I still have it here, but it's like healing. I don't know if you could... Who cares? Yes, there. It's always my left hand also. I also have a scar here. Can you see it? I have so it's healing. So that's the wound. And then I have a faded scar from like 5 years ago at this point, because there was this cocktail that had a burning ice sugar cube, I think. My friend was filming me saying, blow the fire out. I held it. I blew it and it fell onto my hand. I was looking, I was like, ah! And then it burnt my hand. Anyway, yeah, so Nick got me ice. So there's that. And then this is another dinner with my mom and Nick. I love this place. It was our second time here. It's called, I don't remember. But it's a pretty restaurant. Mexican food. Yeah, this is Nick mid-bite. And then another birthday cake.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
He hates that, but I don't care. It's funny. And then I took photos, so I posted this on my story. It's denial, bargaining, anger, and acceptance. It's like stages of grief. That's me with my hat. I wore this hat like every day for a week, okay? Relax. This was me shopping with my mom. And then we also went to Leroy and Lewis because my mom wanted to have Michelin brisket. So I went here before on a stream with Nick a few months ago. Yeah, so this was yummy, yummy. Kata yummy, yum. And then this is kind of funny. I'll just share it. Oh, something fell. Anyway, my mom wanted to get like a cowboy hat and boots and like an outfit, but we didn't really have much time for that. So I was like, why don't you just AI it, you know? Because she just wanted to like post it on her Insta story for her 100 friends to see. So she did. So this was the AI. And then the next day was friendiversary of me and Pin. So I woke up and he did this. I was like, oh my God, what a great friend, you know? Flowers, my favorite snacks, his favorite snacks, cookies, muffins. So it was super, super cute. And a candle. So that was nice. Oh, this was another lunch with my mom. So that day, we spent it the afternoon and I think morning with my mom. And then at night, we went to a dinner. She went to a super nice place called Lake Austin Resort and Spa or something. And it was so gorgeous. We took so many nice photos, which will be posted eventually. That's Nick. And then, like, look at that view. So gorgeous. Later that day, we had dinner. So it's a place called the Guest House in Austin. So this was the fit. Yeah, and a little bit about this. So when we get there, our reservation was for 7:45. We got there at 8 and our table still wasn't ready because there were so many people. Like it was so busy. It was also like a Friday night or something. And then one waiter came up to Nick and was like, yo, I recognize you. And then talked to me and said, kumusta ka or something in Tagalog. He's Filipino. He said something to the hostess and I think said like, oh, make them next. And then gave us free drinks. So we both had like a marg for free. And then we sat down. Oh, I don't have the photos here. But we sat down and we had like a lot of free stuff, like a free glass of champagne and then a free like cotton candy cocktail thingy. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, a lot of free drinks. So Nick didn't want to drive home. So we decided to stay downtown one day separately. Okay. So we stayed at the Omni and it was so cool because these are like offices inside. Like this is indoor. And that's like the downstairs. If you look at the elevator, it said like rooftop restaurant or something. So we tried going there. And then when we went to the top floor, there was music playing. So we were like, all right, what's this? And then we go outside to the pool where it's supposed to be. And it was empty. But there's still the music playing. So this is Nick. Wow. This is Nick dancing. Yeah, and then we played this game. It's Truth or Dare, and I won. And then the next morning, we went to Paperboy. It's like one of the best brunch places in Austin. And I always wanted to try it, but it closes at like 1 or something. So we finally tried it. Thankfully, they accepted walk-ins. The best waffle and chicken ever in the world. Like, oh my goodness. So good. I was spending like the rest of the time with my mom. This is the lake here as well. Because this place was pretty pricey. And they offered like a boat ride for guests. So she wanted to do it with me and her. But I had to stay overnight to use the boat. So my mom was like, okay, she'll sleep here. Because her room had 2 beds. But then they said I had to pay like an extra $1,000 just to sleep. So we were like, hell no, never mind. But this is the boat we would have ridden in. So we just took a photo of it. Yeah. And then we saw a lot of deer running around. And my mom was so scared. So she was just like grabbing me. And she made me like get scared as well. Like there was this squirrel that was running around and I thought it was a big rat because it was so fat. I think I have a video of that, but I didn't send it. But it was so pretty. This was like the top floor of the spa called the Blue Room. Yeah. But I didn't do the spa. The next day, yeah, we went out again with my mom. This is the day that we dropped her back to the airport. Oh yeah. And then, so when we went there, it happened again. So my mom's rental car, which they did not clean, got stuck. The battery died because of the cold because my mom didn't touch it for like 3 days. So we had to call the engineer and they called his dad too. And they were like trying to fix it. And so the engineer had to bring his car and then they jump started it again. Thankfully, they fixed it. And thankfully, my mom's flight was still later in the day. They were able to fix it. And then this was like our last meal. We had like Mexican again. Yeah. And that was the whole trip, basically. And then the past couple days, what else happened? Well, there are things I can't say. Nick is planning his return, but I won't spoil anything. So here are some noteworthy moments, okay? The first dinner with my mom. A lot of you guys know that Nick is very picky with food and he refuses to eat tomatoes and avocados. But lo and behold, there was one dish that came out that was mainly consisting of tomatoes and avocados. And my mom was like, Nick, try. And I was trying to say like, oh no, he doesn't eat that. But he was like, no, it's okay. And he ate like a huge spoonful of it. I was like, oh my gosh, damn. So he ate it. I don't know if he liked it, but yeah. A few other things that happened. So there's one bag my mom gave me that I never even used that I lost. And the reason why I lost it is because when we were living in the mansion, we were going like back and forth. And I remember having it in like this one area and my mom kept asking, where is it? So I had sent photos and I remember placing it in a safe place because like I didn't want to lose it, but I forgot where that safe place was. So I lost it, but I'm sure it's just misplaced. It's somewhere. So I thought, oh, maybe it's like in a corner in the house. So Nick, my mom and I went to the mansion and my mom wanted to see it as well because she saw it. And yeah, so we were there. And then Nick was like rage baiting on his Insta saying, oh, we're moving back and whatever. Also, my mom's first hotel, you can like drive different kinds of Mercedes. I think he drove a Maybach or something else. And then he also posted it. So people were like, oh my God, is that your new car? But it's not. But he's, I don't know. He's planning on getting a new one. Anyway, so my mom also agreed that the house was just way too big and not cozy. And I did not find the bag, by the way. Yeah, my mom wanted to see Jeremy, but we did not see Jeremy. We went here to this house. It was her first time seeing it. She likes it. She thinks that it's a lot cozier and very homey. And yeah. And then, because I always over-exaggerate, like, the mess that I have with my closet. But she was like, oh, that's not that bad. Like, it'll take a couple hours to fix it or, like, 1 hour. So that was reaffirming to me that I'm not that much of a degenerate. What else? Oh, this is a funny one. So my mom has a little bit of an accent, but it's not like super strong. So, because Nick was, I think they were talking about like where to live for a long time. And then my mom was like, you know, if you stay in Manila, you won't want to live. And Nick was like, what do you mean I won't want to live? And my mom meant leave. You won't want to leave. So complete opposite meanings there. So I typed that one down. Yo, Jake and Vic, hello. Are you still going to Austin with Wawa? Ooh, that'll be fun. Hello, I just joined stream. Why did you disappear for 2 weeks? You have to rewatch my VOD in 2x speed and then catch up, okay?